Hey, everybody. It happens. People get on a call and they have one expectation of what you are going to do in that prospect call, and you have others. And that just happened. And I don't think it was really any fault of either party per se. And I think it's why we do these 30-minute calls so we can have a conversation, see whether it's a match. But this particular person came in specifically wanting to talk about a launch party that I could design. They had read my book, which is awesome. Right before that conversation, another person who was on my whole launch team didn't leave a review yet, she said, didn't actually read the book. And so we actually spent some of the time on that 30-minute call, me explaining my process. So I love it. The part of the writing a book is that you give people more information before they get on a call with you, so they really understand kind of what you're about. So I was happy to hear that this person had read my book. She really wanted to talk about the launch party. The number of people on her launch team was really low, especially compared to her extensive ecosystem. It was roughly like, 1%. It was less than maybe 1%. If there's some overlap, there's about 1% of all the people in her email list, Facebook, etc., had signed up, and I was checking about how she built the list, and I kept asking a lot of questions about the list and about her ultimate goals for the book and how it tied into a business. And I think that she just wanted me to talk about the launch party. So I start about 18 minutes in, I start talking about the launch party. And then she told me, like, she knows all this because she read my book, which is awesome. I do explain my launch process, my launch party in particular, in the book. She just wanted to know the price. My prices are on my website. So go to BookLaunchBrainstorm.com. You can get the price for all my packages with authors. You can also go there to fill out a form to tell me about your book, which somehow she skipped that process. So that's also interesting. So I think if I had known more about what she was trying to do as she came into the call, I may have had fewer questions for her, but I didn't have that information. And I pointed out that, $1,500 to have me design an MC virtual book launch party is because I'm a strategist, and I'm going to make sure that this whole thing ends up with the right results. Meaning people actually hiring the author. And you could spend a lot less money to have someone just manage chat. So I want people to book a call with me, whether they've started writing a book or they're thinking about writing a book, whether they already have a book or they're somewhere in their author journey, because I want to offer information. I want to offer clarity. But the more we can spend talking about your book and the goals for your book and aligning those goals with the strategies that you'll be doing for your launch, whether you end up running the launch yourself, whether you hire me for anything or nothing, or for everything, that's not even the point. I'm here to educate first and foremost. So if you are in that process, you're like, I'm thinking about a book. I have a book. My book's coming out this fall. My book's coming out in Q1. Book a call with me. Let's have that conversation. Let's figure out where you're at, and you will leave informed. So whether or not we work together is almost besides the point, because I do know this person, probably we're not going to work together. I don't think it was what she was looking for, but she now has more information about the realities of this. Like, you can't have a few dozen people on your launch team and hoping for like massive success. It doesn't really work. I want that all to work out for you. So I encourage folks to reach out. Again, I'm open, whether you're in the process of the book is coming out imminently, that's great. But also if it's a year off and you just want to start talking through, because the more you understand how this book fits in with your business, the easier it will be to create the pipeline from the book to the business. Because the only like real outcome that we can measure and call a true success in like a this was worth my time and effort is when the money shows up in your bank account, right? You start to actually count the number of people that you helped, and they were like, this was amazing. I want to pay you for all this help. Visibility is great. The book should be more than a business card. So that's the other thing I want to caution people about. This is not a business card. It should be a business asset. Otherwise, it's basically a brick. Okay. Stay with me here for a second, and then I'll wrap this up. If you create a book, you'll have a book, right? And like, here's my third book. This is a big book Okay, this is a book about Zoom. So I'm a virtual event design consultant and executive Zoom producer. My third book, Break Out of Boredom, Low-Tech Solutions for Highly Engaging Zoom Events. I know quite a bit about how to use Zoom effectively, which is why I charge what I charge, because I'm designing it and I have strategy behind this, not just pushing buttons and following the chat. This book, though, ultimately, you create it. You could put it on the floor and stand on it. Now it's like a brick. You're a little taller. You did a thing. Congratulations, you did a thing. We're all so proud of you. You're very proud of yourself. At some point, life continues. You have to step off the brick and go continue about your life. And now the book is just sitting there. But if the book instead was being used to prop open the doorway between you and a prospect or you and a referral partner, if every conversation you have during your launch was between you and a prospect or you and a referral partner, and this book was the brick holding the door open. Maybe at first it was only propped to the width of the brick, but then every time you have a conversation, the brick got shifted until the doorway is now wide open. There's no longer a barrier between you and this other person. That's how you get invited in to work with them. Now, your book isn't just a brick, it's a business asset. And that's what I want for all of you. If you're writing a book to help you grow your business, speaking, coaching, consulting, let's line up all the dots. Whether you want to just have me come and do the launch party, happy to do it. If you want to hire me as your coach during the launch process and coach you through how to do this, I have an online program. I have email templates, timelines. I have all of the things you need. And you can also, yes, hire me to do the implementation. There's an implementation team option where we just handle all this for you. And a lot of people lately have been asking me to do all three, which is fantastic. I am offering $500 off if you hire me for all three processes. I doing that as a courtesy. I don't know how long I'll be able to sustain that, but for those of you who are interested in the near term, that offer stands. So go check it out at BookLaunchBrainstorming.com. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Love just popping in here for a quick minute. Be well. Comment below what your thoughts are about all this.